Very good morning, everyone. My name is Winnie from SyncroWeb. So beside that, I would like to introduce Mr. Justin, is our country manager, is from the IPCOM. And Mr. YY Tan, which is our presenter today. So very good news that we are the distributor IPCOM in Malaysia right now. And if you have any inquiry, or maybe you can contact our team to assist you after the webinar. So let me start the webinar and show you for our company profile. So, okay, so actually we are established in 1999 and we have the 21 experience and to give the best Wi-Fi solution background for all our related industry. And then we also have the Wi-Fi solutions for all the industry. And we are expert for the distributor support, training, analytical software as a services. So, and then for our company, we are serve our company industry, something like the hospitality, shopping mall, F&B, and the education like university and transportation. So SyncroWeb is in Malaysia, so we also have provided the Wi-Fi wireless network expert in our partner is from our other countries such as the Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Vietnam, and so-called is still have another country, and something like Brunei, Pakistan, India, China, Cambodia, and more of that. So, well, I don't want to take too much of your time. I need to leave some time for Mr. YY Tan to introduce himself to all of you and start the webinar today. So, welcome, Mr. YY Tan. You can start to present your webinar.
Hi, morning. I'm YY Tan here from IPCOM Malaysia. This I want to introduce our country manager as well, Justin over here. Hi.
Hello everyone, I'm Justin from IPCOM Malaysia, and welcome to our webinar. And I'm very happy and let our future partner to know more about our brand IPCOM, and we will introduce our new product and our popular product to our partners. And I think we will have a good relationship, and we will have a good cooperation in the future. Thank you.
All right. Without delay, just now I'll start with our presentation for today. So we will actually talk about the company products first. So as you all know, right now SyncroWeb is our official distributor for IPCOM products. So we'll introduce our company first, then we'll go towards all the products what they carry from us. So this is what we'll be talking about today. So basically the company, then our networking products, then some of our successful projects. So we'll talk about our company first. So practically, we IPCOM, we are established in 2007. So this is actually our SMB arm of the products. So our consumer brand is Tenda. So we already in the market for quite some time. So basically you can see us in all the markets and all the retail stores as well. So for the industrial or the SMB or these corporate products, so we are using our IPCOM branding. So this worldwide we also do have officers, and basically we do cover the whole basically worldwide, including Asia and this one Europe and South America lah. So this is where we cover lah. As for our home country in China there, so basically we got award for the wireless hospitality lah, because we focus more towards those corporate and hotel lines lah. And for us, we are focused on doing all these new products, because we have our own R&D. So we have our in HQ Chengdu there is our factory, and Shenzhen, where this most all the tech sectors or IT all there, and then in the American Silicon Valley, those California there, to basically to get up to date with all the US technologies lah. And somehow we also since we need to develop own products, so we have own lab. And we also have we produce our own products in-house. So we have more than 30 lines, so 20 dedicated just for the PCB board assembly only. And this one, so far so good, everybody? So Winnie, everything okay?
Yes, good.
Okay, good to hear. So anyone from the guests, so far so good? Okay, now this we introduce our product line lah. So this is what Syncroweb will be carrying. So since we are focusing more towards the corporate and those basically all those Wi-Fi and the total networking solution. So we start from our gateway and the routers. Then we have our Wi-Fi AP controllers, our switches, and the accessories for the switches. And then our main product line is actually the wireless devices itself lah. Basically from wall plate AP, this wall plate designs to the ceiling design, to the outdoor, and even our latest product actually for the mesh. Basically we are capable of doing the wireless AP using including our mesh technology to embed together lah. So mesh is actually not for the home only. You can also do for like our enterprise and corporate environment as well. So after we will show you how actually we do implement all this solution into this corporate enterprise solution lah. So switches. So for what they're carrying, this we are most probably focused all in gigabits. Basically, we are going to the latest standards. We're going toward gigabit lah. And we have we have managed and unmanaged switches lah. So for the managed switches, so the latest model come in, we will have the 10 gig uplink ports lah. So this will be coming soon. So this for more information, this one Syncroweb, their team will basically update you once we have all the information in lah. So simple one. This is some of the simpler switches. Start from 8-port. Basically, these are simple design for small networks. So we have additional functions like this loop detection thing. Actually, they don't have in others like home use this one switches lah. So you can enable this one to prevent the loop detection lah. And you can then for all our models, we have a standard feature which is lightning and this one surge protection up to 6 kilowatt lah. And for those simpler switches, we will prefer towards the fanless design lah. So first thing is less dust, and then it's silent. So 8 port, 16 up to 24. So even our this 24 port unmanaged, we also already embed this SFP, that means fiber this fiber module function in as well. Then as for additional functions, this is for those the CCTV deployment. We can do like this VLAN. We can segregate all those cameras for them so that the traffic will go to the uplink ports only. And as for managed switch, so we are basically these are the latest generation. Basically, for second half of this year, we already done a product refresh itself lah. So we already have this latest layer 3 switches in. Basically they have a function to do all this the DHCP servers, all this the static routing things lah. And the most interesting feature function is actually this lah. So called what we call this the LDP thing, the link layer discovery function, where this the visualization, they can visualize, do the topology of all your networking devices. Basically, you can have a look inside the visualization of all your network devices inside the switch itself without any external software, additional software. So any question on this function?
This is only the Chinese version.
The Chinese version, this is from our HQ. So actually, I have an English version running. Just that I haven't put a snapshot of this one lah.
Okay. Right.
If you need a demo, you can request. I'll do this remote. I'll do one remote one for you guys lah. So anything else? Proceed. Okay, I proceed lah. So for PoE switch, same as well. This one we have managed and unmanaged. Then as for web smart one, this is the 100 meg. This is actually designed for those CCTV camera use one lah. So for us here, most probably will focus a lot on managed switches lah. And as for this, the CCTV use one, it was the selling point. Actually, we can extend the distance of the cabling up to 250 meters lah. This I will show you. This I explain to you how we do that shortly lah. Then as for the bottom one, you see the 1105 PD. This is actually a new model. This model will be coming soon. Should be arriving in January itself. So this is a new function. Basically, is so called your look like an extender. It's the network extender thing, because this device is powered by PoE itself. You don't need an external power adapter to power the thing. So this we will have the more information on this. We will pass to SynchroWeb and they will do this presentation to you guys later. Listen lah. Okay, as just now we mentioned, these are the web smart switches. So this is for CCTV. This we designed specially for CCTV use one. So all the ports, to connect to the CCTV, those the camera is just 100 meg only. Why 100 meg? Because your camera, for their recording requirement, you don't need the up to gigabit, and for 100 meg is very safe a bit on the cost lah. And for that, when we can embed a better chipset for you to deploy those cameras up to 250 meters lah. So the rest of the function of the web smart, so we have a simpler, you have a web UI to manage the whole switches or the setting. Then you have the VLAN tagging, this web as management all as well lah. And same like the layer 3 just now we mentioned, same part number, just that this we have the PoE power up lah. And this is how we deploy basically in basically the switches how we deploy in the network lah. So basically at the top we use the layer 3, those are managed switches. At the bottom is either PoE to power all the devices, or some the simpler one you can use unmanaged switch as well lah. Okay, so any questions so far on the switches?
Hello, hi. Two questions.
All right.
Okay, the first one, how do you manage your switch? Is it by console SSH or you need another software to manage those switches? Okay, that's one question. The second one is I saw that your switches have capability to support the SFE module, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's say if I have a OEM SFE module, do the switch can support the OEM module, or you still need the same brand from your side?
Preferably the same brand. Then for some those open standard one, actually is supported as well.
Okay, so there is no issue, right? Or
As we need to actually need to do a testing lah.
okay, alright.
And
So
okay, then actually your previous question on the management part. So this one actually, let me see this. This one actually mentioned at the back lah. After the back lah. Basically, all the switches you have a web UI to manage this. The first one lah.
Okay.
Second, you have the console port. It's only for the 24 ports. You have the console port lah.
Okay, that one only applicable for manage, right? For the web, only can support web, isn't it?
Web is all managed. You can use the web, and only the 24 port with where we have the console port. Then only you can use the console, basically your putty to manage lah.
Okay, alright.
The command line lah. Then lastly, actually the selling point for actually the server is coming up this month. We're still doing this development and testing. All the switches or all the managed switch can connect to the cloud already.
Okay.
So once they connect to the cloud, you can basically use the cloud console to manage. Then you can create a topology there, the visualization. Then you can manage all the switches straight away from the cloud lah.
Okay, alright, understood.
This is once this everything basically still in development. So actually in the final stages already. So once I get the thing running, then only I can demo for you guys lah.
Okay, alright, understood.
Okay. So any more question before I proceed further? Okay, no response. Go to the router first lah. So basically our routers we have this model. We offer this model M50 for Malaysian market as for now. And if you need the higher range one, actually you can just inform Synchro team. Basically we have more higher range one. So basically we need to localize for them for Malaysian market as well lah. So this is the one we have currently in our market right now. It's a M50. Basically, it's a 2-in-1 device. Firstly, it's actually a load balancing router. You can use multiple ISP, up to 4 ISP for this router to manage. Secondly, there's a built-in Wi-Fi controller inside the router. So for the latest firmware, we can manage up to 100 APs already right now. So basically, we design these devices is like all-in-one device for like hotels, then basically enterprise usage lah. Basically, it's a one device manage your AP, can manage your basically it's your gateway for multiple ISP already lah. And somehow you can do a user management inside there. And these are the specs lah. So the selling point is actually basically what we call the higher concurrent connection lah. Being the higher the concurrent connection, meaning you can run a lot of it gets more people to use and surf the net lah. So this is very vital for like the high population, high usage places like hotels, or maybe a medium to large enterprise lah. So this is the highlights lah. Basically, it's a 2-in-1. So you can manage your Wi-Fi AP up to four WAN port, 4 ISPs, and then basically inside you use basically it's a dedicated processor just to do the routing lah. And the later on, once just now we mentioned that they have the cloud management for the switches. This will included inside the cloud ecosystem as well. So basically you have your cloud to control your switches, to control your gateway, and then from there you also basically can control all your APs lah. So far so good. Any more question up to now?
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Hello.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So this router can support PPOE, right?
Yes, PPOE, and okay, like PPOE, this one can support the Unify because Unify time exists. So this one basically you have the WLAN function tagging built in. So when you need to do the Unify, you just key in the 500, he just do the dial-up already lah.
Okay, so this router can able to do the PPPoE over VLAN, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, no, because some of the router in the market right now, they can do PPPoE, they can do VLAN, but they cannot do PPPoE over VLAN.
Okay, I think you.
So that's why it's quite tricky lah. So.
I think you kena is which brand? TP-Link, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, TP-Link, I think you kena is why they can only do single VLAN 500, cannot multiple, correct or not?
Yeah.
Okay, good news for you. This one actually, the day I deploy, then actually I deploy quite some time until somebody asked me, can I deploy? Let's say I got 4 Unify. Then I remember I got deployed a few sites actually up to 3 Unify already. So actually individual port is individual tagging 500, 500, 500.
Okay, so the port is isolated.
Then it's individually tagged one.
Okay, alright, understood.
And for the output, basically even for the output, basically you can VLAN straight away from the router itself, trunk out already lah. Then individual VLAN you have their own DHCP lah.
Okay, alright. Okay. So for the wireless AC, that one you can you said just now you can do the what call it, the AP management, right? So the AP brand is belong to IPCOM, right?
IPCOM, yes.
Not the tempat tu kan lah.
Cannot other brand because it only speaks to the own model lah.
Okay, alright. Just asking.
Okay, and then just forgot to mention is this one we do support the captive portal as well lah. So for the simple captive portal, you can basically input out from this router itself lah.
Okay, alright. So in your data sheet, do you have some sort of the more details on the specs for this router and also the previous switches?
We have this data sheet, and we have the catalog as well. So maybe I'll get SyncRep team to sync up with you, and you basically can get more details lah.
Okay, alright.
Alright. So any more question before we proceed to what the Wi-Fi part already?
Yeah. Please proceed.
Alright, thank you. See, for this time we talk about Wi-Fi lah. So this year also same thing. We also do a lot of refresh. This model of fresh bake. Some also come basically after MCO only. So simple one. Basically you have up AC 1002, 1350, 1750, all dual band, all similar design. And sini cakap sudah lah, all is Qualcomm chipset lah. At least it's more stable lah. Then all is with 2 MIMO already. So MIMO is multi-user, multi-in, multi-out. So basically is high density use wireless APs lah. And these are all wave 2. So support up to Wi-Fi AC at the moment. AX is the Wi-Fi AX, Wi-Fi 6 actually on the way. So this is the what is available right now lah. We can order already. Next one, actually this just now we saw is the ceiling one. So right now we have is the wall plate. Wall plate standard size Malaysia's wall plate lah. Like those socket, those on-off one, the power socket on your wall itself lah. So we designed this square. It means 86 by 86 millimeters lah. So same spec as well. Dual band, MIMO. These two, the difference is actually, one is gigabit, one is 100 meg only, or the input side. So basically, both support this dual band itself lah. So this is the simplest, the simpler design for like the small hotels, small Airbnb resort lah. So basically, you use this PoE switch to power up all your AP, and then straight away, just now we said the one router, your this Wi-Fi AP management device, and the router 2-in-1 gateway separate one device, team everything.
Okay, for your ceiling AP, you go to the previous page.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So in the page you mentioned that for the W63 AP can support up to 50 users, right?
Yeah, 50 user.
Okay, my question is 50 user, is it per AP or per SSID or per frequency?
50 per AP. It means each band is 25.
Okay, 25.
This is actually the recommended lah. So we can put higher, no issue. And we put the safe line is 25 plus 25 lah.
Oh, okay, alright. Oh, 30, 20.
Because this dual antenna is a 2x2 design lah.
Okay, alright.
Then for the 66, for you to reach the 1750, it's actually this is a 4x4 design. This one.
So this AP also can support WLAN,
Oh, yes, can support WLAN.
Can support WLAN at the SSID side, not the port side.
You tag the VLAN to the SSID itself.
Okay, right.
And you use basically the AP management, basically the console. Then you tag the SSID to the VLAN number ni lah.
Okay, but the AP port itself can also the VLAN tagging.
The AP actually you trunk everything, all the VLAN in the single cable lah.
No, what I mean is, okay, for example, right, AP number 1. So I got 2 SSID. For the first SSID, I take VLAN 10. Second SSID, I take VLAN 20. But for the management AP itself, for the port at the port side, I want to take VLAN 5. So the VLAN 5 is it can do, or only the SSID side?
Can do VLAN 5. Let's say if you need to tag to the SSID, basically you need a separate SSID lah. So basically you can do lah.
Okay. So I can tag the VLAN 5 for at the port level, VLAN 10 and 20 at the SSID level.
Yes.
Okay.
You can even tag the SSID to the VLAN 5 as well lah. No issue actually.
No.
Is use a controller basically to do the tagging lah. Without controller, you have to go into all the individual AP only lah.
Okay. Because some of the AP can do the SSID VLAN, but not the port itself for the management IP.
Understand. That's why we designed this the M50 the router. Basically for you to do the trunking everything, then your switch you trunk all the VLAN until your AP itself. Basically you have your management VLAN, then two separate SSID VLAN lah.
Yeah. Okay, alright.
Then basically you have your management VLAN at the own DHCP, then the rest the own DHCP server as well. Then Scout team makes it easier to manage lah.
Yeah, because I prefer to take different VLAN for the management.
It's basically more secure.
Yeah, but it's good for our team lah.
Understand.
Yeah.
All right. So up to this point, how about the rest? Oh, okay. Okay, no question. We will proceed for the mesh one lah. This basically something new in the market as well lah. This basically we don't design for the home use one lah. This is simple. This one simple. The design more or less looks the same like what we saw just now on the ceiling mount Wi-Fi AP. Broadband as well. So far, the current we have right now is 1,002, and actually I'm waiting for the new model coming soon is actually January itself lah. So available to sell I think somewhere around February. So once those are all ready, we will do another separate presentation to show you guys on what is the latest model lah. So today I just talk about the current one first, what we have on hand lah. So these were what we call is those are EW9s lah. So both of them more or less the same spec. Just the difference is the master node itself have the additional LAN ports to do the link up. That means basically these devices itself can do the uplink to your controller. You can do use the controller, or you can use their built-in inside the mesh controller itself lah. Like some small office, you don't need to buy a controller. He use this AP basically manage their whole ecosystem, their whole own ecosystem Wi-Fi lah. So the key difference simple. One have 4 LAN port, the other don't have any. The other is purely, you imagine like a wireless repeater ni. So simple terms, what the selling one is the cable-free design lah. So use one as a master node to receive their LAN to come in from the gateway, and then the rest you talk to the main unit wirelessly lah. So how do you actually apply this? These you apply actually to those shop or those offices where you see suddenly they want to add the new AP, but then they don't want to spend on the cabling. They don't want to hack the wall. So when you have this issue, how you want to solve their problem? So the easiest way is they deploy mesh. They have a power socket, they have a power point, but they don't hack a wall for the LAN cable. So this is how we use for the mesh thing lah. So simple terms is, you don't need a wire. Basically, you wire it only on the master node. Is the one of the main node only. The main unit itself you wire, then the rest wirelessly link up already. And configuration itself you only do on the main one. The rest basically you just add the nodes. Then zero configuration, automatic they push the setting already. Then this is actually the comparison lah. Old AP, the old style you need to wire. The new way you put one, so one is wired to your gateway, the rest will talk to the AP wirelessly lah. And after I show you, there's some deployment methods where let's say combination you use with the controller, so you can cover dead spot. Let's say some like hotel corridors, inside the room you cannot cover one. You can use those nodes to cover up, basically to get the Wi-Fi signal from outside the corridor, then to blast inside the room lah. So what's the advantage of this? Another advantage actually is the auto roaming lah. So this is you can do the deployment without the controller. Basically, the controller is built into the mesh ecosystem itself lah. So the user basically once they run on the wireless mesh, basically you do like automatic roaming itself already lah. This is actually what the selling point for the mesh system actually for the home use one lah. So home basically you go to upstairs, you walk all around the house, you don't have disconnection. You basically don't need to key in password for all the nodes itself lah. Basically they wirelessly talk to each other and there's no disconnection. So simple, same like the AP itself or the ceiling mount. So you can have multiple mounting option lah. There's ceiling, you have a wall. This a special one. This one you can pole mount the thing as well lah. And this is actually the apps, sample apps. Basically, this also the special part is actually, let's say you run on the controller on the mesh itself. You can use basically your Android, your iPhone apps, basically to manage the whole ecosystem, all the mesh system already. Then later on, for the new model, you can also actually connect to the cloud as well. So basically, we will do everything all inside the cloud. So okay, for just this is, so we can summarize this thing. Actually, what we're doing actually is an enterprise wireless LAN solution lah. After I can actually show you how the mesh thing will work lah.
So Mr. Tan. Yeah, okay. Sorry to disturb. Actually, in our chat room, we have Sharis their inquiry for the models for the M50. They're asking the question is that the new version support WLAN for SSID? And can you explain?
Okay, actually, yes, it support. Because the wireless AP controller is built into the M50, so you manage the SSID itself inside the controller. So from there itself, you can tag the VLAN to each of the SSID already.
Okay, thank you. And then we got another Day Cha Win. He asking for how many maximum AP master node can be handled.
For mesh or the normal Wi-Fi AP?
So, Mr. Tay, is it you are looking for the Wi-Fi?
Sorry, how many maximum AP that single master node can handle?
Okay, I mean, I fast forward. Actually, this is what we are talking lah. Let's say it's a mesh. Let's say for the normal AP to use the wireless controller, the latest firmware support up to 100 APs already at the moment lah. Then as for the mesh, this on the left hand side is actually how you do actually the typical mesh ecosystem lah. One master unit, then the rest is the satellite lah. So our recommended satellite is actually 3 units only lah. Basically it's 3 hops lah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah.
And let's say this is actually the one of the just now when we talk, let's say we want to do a mesh to cover. Let's say you want to do like a normal AP deployment as well, or AP mesh mode lah. So basically, let's say you see on the right hand side, you have the router and your Wi-Fi controller to manage those masters. Then those master where the wireless cannot reach the certain places, so you put the satellite, basically like a repeater. It basically acts like a repeater. So basically you go, the repeater will cover those areas where your cable cannot reach.
Mr. Tay, quick question.
Yeah.
The AP mesh, is it using the 5 gigahertz to communicate one another, and then you're sharing the internet via 2.4 gigahertz?
Yeah, it's using a 5. Basically, it's running on both channel. So when you're running on 5, this is where your signal strength is good, basically good enough. They run on 5. So up to, let's say, the signal already weak, then only you switch to 2.4. So basically the channel is sharing together with the client lah.
Is it auto switch?
It's a bit automatic switch.
Oh, it does automatic switch.
Oh, it's automatic one. It's the mesh system itself will dedicate when, let's say, the signal drop, then you jump to 2.4 to increase the strength only lah.
Got it.
So one question, right?
Yeah.
For the router, right? What is the throughput?
Throughput so far I try can reach 800 meg Unify, no issue.
Okay, if let's say I have
800
3 Unify, then I can also can only maximum 800 meg out, right?
800 meg, because the maximum output from each port is actually 1 gig only lah.
Yeah, I know, but because if let's say I subscribe 3 Unify, right? So I cannot achieve the maximum speed if let's say I combine the 3 Unify, right? Maximum only 800 lah.
It must depend on the application one. Let's say the application you can do like a basically you can do a multi-route one lah. You can go basically go on the separate multiple ports then you can combine the speed.
Okay.
Then like certain one you can only do one single route, so you only do go one single pathway lah.
All right. Okay.
Then this part where you have the issue is actually certain models like the load balancer, you need to enable those the smart load balancing function, because your bank can only your bank will only let you connect to the bank single IP. Let's say you got multiple ISP then suddenly you go from Unify when you're doing a bank. Suddenly they do the connection, you run through your this one Maxis. Then your bank you look like you will take it like an attack, so you disconnect you lah.
Yeah, understand that.
Then actually we have the function to enable the smart, basically to go for the app side to go a single path only lah.
So port forward all these things no problem, right?
All built in already. All the standard router function all inside lah.
What about firewall? How extensive is the firewall?
Firewall will be quite basically we say quite basic one. There's URL filters, IP address filters, all sort of this standard one lah.
Okay, so it's just more of a router. Okay.
Let's say you need a higher range one, we do have in our HQ do carry lah. That one is the China government spec one lah. But I also need to take a look at the device itself lah.
Got it.
Alright. So we basically rewind a bit. Everything okay so far? Okay, then when we talk about this, the enterprise solution for this the total solution how we design lah. So for right now, let's say from the router up to the switch, then up to the CAP. Basically, we use for Wi-Fi we use the router to manage. Then coming down the road, actually we already designed all the IMS, so-called is IPCOM management system lah. Basically, we run everything on the web itself, the cloud itself lah. So basically, this portal will manage the router, will manage the switches, and then manage all the wireless AP all in a single console. So once you run on the cloud, then you can use your mobile phone apps to connect to it as well. So basically, later you have a one-stop solution, I mean, one console to manage all your network devices lah.
Mr. Tay, the cloud controller is not license based.
It's not license based. Basically, this is free for all. Basically, you can one master user, then you can assign all those sub admins lah.
Can you host it yourself? If you, let's say, you don't want to host it in the router itself, you want to bring out the load. Do you have that software so we can host it outside?
Okay, basically these are actually host outside. Basically this is all in the cloud already. You no need hosting. We host the thing for you already.
Oh, okay.
So basically we host the thing on our own cloud. So you connect back to our servers. Then from there, basically you manage through your basically to your laptop or through your mobile phones only lah.
Yeah, got it.
Wait, Mr. Tan. Hello, Mr. Tan.
Yes.
This you're talking about the cloud. The cloud is based in where? Is in Malaysia or is in China or where is it based?
China. Let me confirm for a while. Okay, actually, this one I will confirm with my HQ. But so far, from what I heard is, they have in Alibaba's server, cloud server, some in China, and then we have even the global server, Amazon as well lah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Then this is where they have two separate systems. One is China-based one is a global one.
Yeah, like my question earlier on, is there no possibility for us to host our own cloud if we don't want it to be hosted there? Because like some other providers, they allow you to download the software and then host it yourself.
Okay, I see. So basically, you need to build your own server to control everything lah, internally lah.
That's right.
Can this one I can raise up to my HQ. So if they allow, then we can get basically get the controller for you lah.
Thank you.
Any more question up to now?
One more question on your multiple LAN load balancing. So it only does load balancing. Does it have failover, round robin, etc.?
I think our one is a simpler a bit. Basically, you click those load balancing is the smart load balancing. Basically, it use everything automatically. Let's say one line down, it basically just fail over to the next available ISP lah.
Yeah, that one is failover. But when you're load balancing, does it do round robin? That means it comes to this one and then goes to the next one and then the next one and then the next one. Is that how your definition of load balance, or it can do a different type of load balancing?
So for mine, I go into this interface. It doesn't show the round robin thing lah, but inside actually automatically lah. So basically, you but once you fill up basically you need to define the maximum speed of each ISP. So once one ISP fill up already, so you just go to the next one lah.
Okay, so it doesn't distribute evenly the load. Disconnect. The first guy who connects goes out to say to PM. The second guy connects goes out to say Maxis. The third guy connects goes out to time.
Yeah.
It does that.
So this one I need to check on how actually they do. Well, I can check the engineer, see actually how they do the algorithm lah. So far it's everything automatic. It doesn't mention where it goes out lah, but they go basically CO is actually go towards the first one first, the first ISP. That means the first port. After that, they will just switch to the second port or then the third port lah.
But how do you? You mentioned that you have a smart solution where it can route all traffic to one ISP. Because let's say, for example, I'm using VoIP, and then I'm roaming around in the office, and then it's hopping between switches, between APs, and then hand over, and then let's say this one is going out to a different WAN, and this one going out to a different WAN, then I'm going to get disconnected.
Okay, understand. Okay, this one is actually they have one function there. I can set the port and the protocol. It only goes towards the preset WAN port.
Okay, so you can set for VoIP to go out through a certain port.
Yeah.
Got it.
go out means through a certain this the physical ISP port itself.
Gateway,
Which
yeah,
can,
yeah. How mature is your web-based controller? Because you know what, many providers come with this cloud-based, and you know it's very buggy and a lot of problem. You can do
Yeah.
certain things and you can't do certain things. So I want to know how mature your cloud base is before we put our whole entire trust on to your cloud.
Okay, this one actually still in development. That's why we don't fully roll out the thing. Then right now we are in the final stages. So we actually now we are still talking with our HQ and our engineers to finalize those whatever you need to put inside the controller on the online the cloud itself lah. So once this is official already, I'll do a special invitation for you guys to do a test run lah.
Okay. You scare me all the time when you say engineers. Engineers, I thought you're talking about engineers, but it's
Oh, my-
engineer.
My engineer, this is my
Okay, okay.
developers lah.
All right.
Then actually
Got it.
we have two controllers lah. This one more. This one later I will talk to Synchro App team, see how we will present to you guys lah. So any more so far before I go towards the basically what we have done so far lah on our IPCOM side lah.
Hello, Mr. Tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Heng.
All right.
I have some question regarding the DHCP. Example, my client will use one Wi-Fi repeater and then connect to our Wi-Fi. So is it possible this solution able to block the DHCP for unauthorized DHCP services traffic come in and interrupt our IP DHCP from our authorized router?
This one I think you need to enable on the switch level already. So you have the DHCP. You have the DHCP snooping thing.
Yeah, because it's quite frequent happen. Because our user daily love. Maybe this one is quite not strong in their office. They put one Wi-Fi repeater and then the repeater they definitely have a DCB, they don't know how to set. Then they join only. Then
it's like basically DHCP hijacking.
The Wi-Fi, the LAN.
What we call is a DHCP hijacking.
Yeah, this is my problem. Then cause the IT department headache.
This one so far, I know one method I know is a DHCP snooping on the switches lah. This layer 3 switch will have this function lah.
So your switch also have lah?
My switch actually have already. So and the good part is basically my switches is the layer 3 is so affordable. Basically is the pricing up to layer 2 level only lah.
But performance
better lah.
Better lah. Good product then price affordable.
Because we refresh new chipset as well lah. The old Broadcom we no more using lah.
So now changing to?
Basically we change to a newer, the latest chipset lah. Then the buffer bigger.
I see. Okay, understand. Thank you.
Because some switches up maybe they never tell you the buffer because when you read on the SOC text spec 4 meg, 4 meg, 6 meg, then this one I can tell is a 12 meg lah. Triple of those the very old model lah.
I see. They normally didn't spec this is your slow spec one. Definitely not already because not there to there. Yeah, understand. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So examples basically I go now I can basically fast finish the thing, then you can do Q&A also lah. So basically we do quite this one IPCOM itself, basically our other branches they do quite some hotel. But a lot of our projects involve a lot of hotels lah. So like this Indonesia one, simple one is the wall plate any. When we're talking basically when we talk about IPCOM where you see a lot is actually on the wall plate. The hotel in Indonesia is a wall plate design. Then just Saudi Arabia, this hotel is a normal ceiling mount lah. Then for Philippines, they don't let us take in the photos. It's a wall plate as well. Then this Pakistan one, this CCTV PoE switches lah. Then for this one in Australia itself, they basically the small bar, like basically we say bar and hostel type thing. So this is where they use the mesh Wi-Fi lah. So the mesh, the good part is why you can do wireless mesh. You can even do a wired mesh, meaning the controller is actually built into the the master units itself lah. Then this is actually the one I personally go and design one lah. This one I go to Tanah Rata there lah. This one actually you can go try. Let's say go Cameron Highland. Can go try for this what do you say? Backpackers hotel lah. This one, not bad. This one. Then this guy have 800 meg internet Unify there lah. So actually how we design this one is the M50 is the controller for the AP. Then the rest of all this we use the mesh AP, we convert to the wireless AP ini lah. Okay, this is so much actually for now. So any question or anything you need to present, Winnie?
So far, my side is very thank you to everyone to enjoy the webinar. So because we will provide the price list, and for any inquiry, you can try to call SynchroWeb. Yeah. So anything else? Questions?
I just want to hello.
Yes.
Just now, most of the fire was hotel. You have another fire related to a bigger setup. A bigger band.
Sorry, Mr. Chong, is there?
Yeah.
I cannot hear you.
No, I just want to focus on the site that show is mostly related to hotel. Does it have any site that relate to like hospital which need a bigger throughput? The hospital setup?
You mean you need to some inquiry for the hotels inquiry?
Yeah, whether in hospital environment.
Hospital. Okay.
Just wonder whether you have any site on hospital.
Oh, okay. So maybe I will contact you in personally, and then we will talk about that lah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will call you later. So maybe we still have any questions here? If let's say no any questions, so very thank you for everyone to attend the webinar. And then for the pricing, we will send in shortly lah. So everyone take care and stay safe. Thank you.